Hey, what's up? This is DJ Prostyle.
And this is Penny Dellas.
And this is Teach Me Something.
Brought to you by Berkeley College. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We have the one,
Drum roll.
the only Crystal Rosas in the building.
Thank you for the love. That
I
was
love
awesome.
Crystal's energy, too, I gotta say.
I know, she's staring at us
She's
like,
not just
oh,
like a co-worker. She's like family.
I know. I feel that from Pro. I mean, you've always been so loving and welcome
Every time
to
she
me.
comes around, the energy is just elevates. Like, whew.
She is. Every time I pass by her studio, there's a mariachi going on,
Yeah.
or there's a Twitch going on.
Mm-hmm.
It's always something.
I love it.
We got to live
I love
up
her energy.
to a very high standard.
Yeah,
for the
this
prop
has to be
box.
full of energy.
Like, yeah.
No,
For
but
real.
Pen, you too. You've always been so loving and welcoming to me, and always just
So
the
divina.
love.
Somos familia for sure. For sure. So in this episode, we're going to be speaking about breaking through and leveling up. And Crystal, you started off as an intern and now at iHeartRadio. So that is a huge trajectory, right? Ser Latina, tener tu propio show in Z100. You were with Maxwell. Now you have your own show. Talk to us a little bit about that journey, how that came about.
It's 12 years now for me in radio, which is just thinking about that is crazy. Because I remember when I started, people were telling me, "Oh my gosh, you're a baby," and I don't really hear that much anymore. But yeah, I loved music growing up. My parents are from Mexico, so I grew up in an immigrant household. And my dad, though, he went to high school here in America, so he loved Madonna, he loved Michael Jackson, but we also had like Vicente, Juan Gabriela, but he also loved country, so he put me on to Tim McGraw and Shania Twain. So my background in music was a mix.
Mixed variety.
It was a mix.
That's the way to do it.
And then when I was growing up, Shakira was one of the first albums my dad got me, that debut album. And then Spice Girls was big too. So that's where I got into
We're
love
still
with.
waiting for that reunion.
I know.
I don't
think it'll happen.
I don't know.
iHeart can make it happen if anyone.
If anybody can make it happen.
It's iHeart.
Never know this year at the iHeart Music Festival what
Bob
happens.
and Tom got it.
They can make, if anyone can make it happen, they can make it happen.
Mark too. Mark pulls the strings.
That's right.
Kissing up. No, but yeah, that's where my love for music started. And I think it was a country concert my parents took me to when I was little. And then they took me to Vegas when I was like 8. I saw Celine Dion. Like I was so blessed. And my parents worked really, really hard. And we were like middle class, but I was very lucky to go to private school. And in school, I mean, thinking of education, it really was my career partnership program teacher. It was a class.
Yeah.
And she told all the kids, "What do you like? What do you want to do?" So she would pair us up with successful icons in the area, in the Bay Area
fields.
where I'm from. Yeah. So at first I was like, I like music. I want to get into music somehow. So she set me up with a kids junior Grammy Academy camp.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And I met a vocal coach there. So I started hanging out with him. His name is Raz Kennedy. He's worked with Los Tigres del Norte. He's worked with Whitney Houston, Counting Crows. So he's a big name. And I remember what she told me, which kind of led into careers, was wherever you are, and if you're in a new room, always look everyone in the eyes, say hi to everyone, say thank you for having me here. And then when you're done, when they're done with their talk, whatever it is, if you're in an auditorium, if you're in a working environment or whatever it is, just give them your name and tell them that you really enjoyed your time. And if you could connect, if that's what you want to do. And that's how you can get mentors in any field that you're like. So that's how my love for music came about. And then in high school, I always wanted to go to concerts and things like that. We didn't have money like that for that extra stuff, but I was a what do we call prize pigs? I was a prize pig.
Oh, you used to call and get and win?
Yes.
Oh.
And I used to call the radio station.
That's awesome.
So in San Francisco, the equivalent pop station is Wild 94.9.
Yeah.
So I was a prize pig, and I would call. I would win Disneyland tickets. I would win rooftop parties. I would win concert. I would win like the same contest sometimes
you had, like,
two times.
The 3 phones going at the same time?
Yes. I would put under my friends' names. I would just win all the time. And I remember going to an event, and I saw someone with a radio station T-shirt checking me in.
Yeah.
At one of the events. And I asked her, I was like, "Hey, how do you do? You're working here? How do I work here? I want to do this." And her name was Nicole, and she was really sweet. And she said, "Why don't you come and be an intern?" I was a freshman in college at the time, a community college. And she said, "Why don't you come and try to be an intern and interview for the internship?" So I started there in promo in radio at the radio station.
That's awesome.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
That's really starting from. I mean, to be somebody who used to call and to win the prizes, and now you're on
That's
air.
cool.
Now you're on air
Now you're
giving
giving
them
prizes?
out. Yeah,
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I do have to say, the tickets that we give away and the things that we're able to hook up our listeners, people tell me sometimes, they say, yo, you hooked me up with pink tickets. That was the best night I've had in my life.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, and a lot of these experiences that we can hook up our friends,
Yeah.
our listeners, it's once
We
in a
get-
lifetime
What
for
happens
them.
for us, and I know you feel the same. We get just used to it, so you're immune to it, right? Like being around artists and being like, and
Yeah.
you've been with me in the class, like whatever,
Yeah.
right? It's like another day, right? Like and going to these concerts and doing the work, but the people sometimes have to remind you what a big deal it is, and you see for them, and you're like, oh, this is not normal what you're doing. But for you, it's just like a normal day.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's true because we'll give out money. We give out we gave out like $5,000 over Christmas time, and she's on the phone just crying like, "Thank you, God, thank you, Jesus.
Yeah.
Like I needed this so
That's the
bad."
best part of it.
Changing.
Isn't that the best part? That's the best
I mean,
part.
that's really what it is.
Yeah.
Being able to connect.
100%.
So I started interning at the station. I was on the promo team as an intern, working for free. Back in our day, we had to work for free. Remember? Yeah. So
These days, you almost got to work for free.
I know.
yeah.
I'm working for free right now.
True. I mean, that part. that part. But no,
We
like.
love what we do. We love what we do.
Yeah, we do. And I was putting up the tents, and I was taking photos outside of concerts, and I
That's
was
so
doing
awesome.
the promo work. And I was working a little bit with digital, right? This was Facebook. Instagram was a baby. This was probably 2013, 14. So I was doing the blogs. I was on the promo team, and her name is Sina. I'm still really good friends with her. She works in LA still in music. She was telling me, "Oh, you're kind of silly. You're kind of funny. You have a lot of energy. Why don't you go try to work with the morning show as an intern?" So it would be the equivalent to Elvis Duran out here.
Yeah.
JV. It was a JV show at the time. And I was like, okay. So I go up there, and then I get hired as an intern. So I'm in 2 days a week, 4:30 in the morning till 10. And then I'm working as a server at a restaurant from 10:30 to 2. And then I'm taking my evening classes at community college. And then I get into online school. So then eventually the morning show hires me as an associate producer. So
That
that's how
is
I
so
just I get.
awesome.
So now I'm getting paid, right?
Now you're getting paid.
Like, damn,
It
I'm
all
here for
paid
free.
off. Right? It all paid off.
It's all paid off. So that was really fun working on the morning show, fast paced,
Yeah.
big personalities. And everyone has their own journey. It wasn't easy. It was rough. You have differences in personalities, but I learned so much, and I really grew a thick skin working up there. And after that journey, I know that I could work with anybody. I could walk into any room and no one can say anything crazy to me that I haven't already heard.
Yeah.
No one can, do anything sideways to me that someone hasn't already done in the industry.
Yeah.
So then in 2018, my mom brought me on a mother-daughter trip to New York City. I think I mentioned this to
You
you,
did.
Penny.
We've spoken
Yeah.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah, in 2018, I was 23, and my mom was like, you have 2 weeks off. Why don't you come? Why don't we go to New York for your first time? I was like, okay. So she flew me. Me and her, we flew into New York City, and I was flying down. I see the skyline. I just started crying. I've never seen anything so beautiful in my life. And I look at my mom. I said, I'm moving here. I'm going to move here. I'm quitting. I'm going to move here.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, yeah. But no, we were here for a week, and then I come back to Wild 94.9 at that time. I was still associate producer on the morning show. And I look at my boss, I'm like, thank you so much for the opportunity. I loved working here at Wild. I'm going to move to Newark. And then he's like, what are you going to do over there? I was like, I don't know. I'm going to get a job at BuzzFeed or something. I'm going to figure it out. But there's no really room for me to grow here. Everyone's set.
Yeah.
And they said, give me a month and I'm going to figure it out. So I was like, okay, I don't know what that means, but sure. And then within a month, he moved things around at the station, and he gave me my own night show on a Wild 94.9. So I went from the associate producer on the morning show to having my own night show.
That's awesome.
And that was so fun. And I was just in the streets. I was club hosting.
So they kept you there. They were like, you're not going nowhere.
Yes,
Exactly.
they kept me
They
there.
reeled
Not
you
going
in.
to New
Yeah.
York. You're staying
Yeah.
here.
Yes, I had already graduated college. I was still not making a lot of money. So with the
Yeah.
night show, I'm on a salary. I get to, travel now with that little paycheck. And it was such a blessing. I'm doing more interviews, and I get to really zone in on what I want to do, who I want to be as a personality.
Yeah.
So that starts developing, and that starts growing. We have funny segments. I have a boyfriend of the week every week. I'll bring a new guy in and show him around to, on air and off air and on socials. And it was really great. And then, the pandemic happened.
Yeah.
So shutdown, that was not too long after I got my own show. So the pandemic was really shaky for everyone in every industry.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, we were all just, whoa, what's going to happen here? So I just made sure that I was just pushing every avenue I could. So I started getting really active on TikTok. And I was TikToking like 5-6 times a day. I started blowing up and getting 50,000, 100,000, 150, 200, 250. My followers were just blowing up. And at that time, I mean, around that night show, I would still come to New York. I would come, I would network, I would just try to weasel, anyone, like, what can we do here? Can we do something here? So then, the pandemic and all the things. And so in 2001, the beginning of 2021, after a year of the lockdown, they were going to shake things up at Z100. And the whispers were around that they had, let someone go and there might be an opening here or there. And so I sent in my air checks and I had a few mentors. Carolina Bermudez was a mentor of mine. Rico Colindres, he's a mentor. Scuba Steve, who works at Bobby Bones. So a lot of these people I would just send air checks to and ask what I should be doing and where could I fit in. And I would always get telemarketer calls from New York, New York. And I'd be like, is this something? But it was always like, you need car insurance.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm like, every time.
Is this the call?
Yeah. I was like, is this the call?
I'm ready. Oh, not for you.
But, I put in my air check in on like January 2021. And then in April, I got a call that like was a New York number, but it was the program.
Did you answer
director.
like, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm thinking it was another telemarketer.
Right?
I told you not to call me.
Yes. I thought I blocked you.
Yeah.
But no, it was the PD here at the time, Mark Medina. And he told me, hey, we're moving things around at Z100. And we're wondering if, you'd be open to moving out here. I'm like, are you kidding? Yes. What's going on? I thought I was going to get like overnights or like, a weekend show. I was going to do anything. And they said, well, we're starting a new afternoon show. We would like you to lead and co-host it. I thought I was being punked. I was just like, there's no way that I'm going from San Francisco nights to
afternoon
an
drive.
Afternoon
In
drive.
New York. Yeah.
I couldn't even get afternoons in my own market.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, or on the West Coast or in anywhere else. And so I couldn't believe it. And I'm like, yes, whatever you need from me. Yes. And so within those next 2 weeks, I packed everything in 2 valises. I brought my cat, Frappy. I brought my little primito, Esteban, and we pulled up, and it's been a wrap ever since.
And you've been killing it. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, I was doing a co-hosted show the afternoons for the past almost 4 years. And, it's different for everyone. And my contract was coming up. And so I had some things that I really wanted and some goals I had for myself. And the teams here aligned with it. So that's how I ended up getting my own show.
It's amazing how things all align, right?
Oh, my
things
gosh.
all work out.
It could be even bigger than what you even think.
What you thought. Yeah.
Yeah, it's bigger than what you even thought was possible. Or if you can even write things, like God's plan is even bigger.
We're staring at that vision board like, this is better than what I
Dude.
caught out of the magazine.
Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes you say, everything really does happen for a reason when it goes your way.
Yeah.
Yes. You think, all those trials, all those personalities we were maneuvering, the self-work within yourself really led you to prepare for being on the biggest platform. Like
the biggest.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And I love how you continue to stay very active on the social media side. She's always talking to random people,
She's
cringe
so
or not.
active. I know.
I love it.
And you did that whole boyfriend of, I swear I saw that. So that wasn't here?
No, yeah.
Did you ever do that here?
I've done like things.
A little bit. Okay.
Okay, yes. So when I moved here, I started dating someone just passively, and it didn't work out. I was kind of bummed about it. And it was winter time. It was like January, right?
Yeah.
So hella cold. Everyone's hella sad. Like it's like cuddle season.
I have nobody to cuddle. Cuffing season.
Yeah,
that was cuffing season.
What are we doing here? So I thought to bring back an idea of boyfriend of the week, but I'm actually going to date them.
Yeah.
So in my podcast, my podcast is called Crystal's Nightcap, and I've had it since 2018, but...
You can't do it anymore, obviously.
Right? Yeah.
No, now she's discussing the wedding dress
Yes,
on the pod.
Right?
Yes.
Yes. So I've had a podcast for a long time, and it's just evolved over time. And so I thought for the same pod, I'm like, why not date a different guy every week? So I
that's
started
good.
doing that here in New York City. And every week I
I
would
should
just
have done that back in the days. Like,
Right.
date a different girl. Just playing. I think I
Bro.
did that, but it wasn't on a podcast.
Yes. Yes, bro. We
you
all
did
saw
do
the
that.
photos.
No, yes. I did. I started dating a different guy every week. And the cool thing about New York City is that you get people from all over the world here.
Yeah.
I'm dating Albanians, Turkish guys, Jewish. We don't have that for where I'm from. Like, it's just like white people, black people, Mexicanos, and Filipinos. There's not that much in the Bay.
Yeah.
But here, like, you get people from
Did you like the weather change?
the
when that first winter hit you, were you like, oh, wait, what did I get
What did I
myself
get
into?
myself
right.
into?
You know, we don't have that
What are
either.
Uggs? I need these.
What are
I got a pair of
What are
Uggs.
Uggs?
I got like beanies.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I
yeah.
never used
The
beanies.
North Face, I need that.
Gloves.
Yeah.
I like understood at what temperature I needed to have gloves and scarves.
But I love how city you are. You're always in the, not to get to where you live. Do you like live in the city?
here. Yes,
Yeah, oh,
I am so
don't you
blessed.
love it?
I love living in Manhattan, and I wanted to live here. So
Yeah.
when it would snow, I would be out with the snowball. I was just here. The first 2 winters was cute, and now I was like, girl, like,
Yeah.
I need to be. But no, yeah, the city is so great, and just meeting all the people from all over the world, and my podcast, Crystal's Nightcap, it got on the New York Post. It got a
I remember
2-page
you
spread.
were on a magazine spread, right?
Yes,
That was awesome.
it got on like Ryan Seacrest. It got some TV appearances, so it was a really fun idea. And now there's even a Netflix show based
Talking
on
about
this
Ryan,
New
premise.
Year's
and talking
Eve.
about Ryan
We
Seacrest.
were all
Can you
rooting
imagine?
for you.
Okay, now if you backtrack a
Insane.
few years back when you're sitting there in the Bay, can you say, I'm going to go to New York, I'm going to do the countdown with Ryan Seacrest, Times Square? Like, can you imagine that?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
it, and I have to really give so much thanks to him because I was just backstage at one of our jingle balls in LA.
Yeah.
And I was working iHeartRadio on the carpet, and I just run into Ryan. He's doing the Ryan Seacrest things.
Mm-hmm.
And I had already planned on going to Times Square with my family, just with the crowd, with the diapers.
go,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
ready. And so I saw Ryan. I said, hey, you're doing the ball drop again this month, right, for Dick Clark's? And he said, yes. And so I'm going to be there. And he said, oh, cool. What are you doing? Are you working or something? No, I'm just going to be there with my diaper. I'm going to be looking at you. I'm going to be down there. He said, oh, we could do better than that. Get my assistant's number. And I asked the assistant, I was like, dang, I'm going to be on VIP. I'm going to have a porta potty. This is going to be awesome. But no, I get calls from producers on ABC, and they're saying, hey, Crystal, this is your segment time. I'm like, oh, yeah, this is for the broadcast. I was like, oh, yeah, this is for, on air, like for iHeartRadio. He said, oh, no, it's going to be on TV. I'm like, wait, what? Wait,
He's like,
what's
wait a
going
second,
on?
wait, I got to change
Like
my
what?
outfit.
Yeah, I know. I
No
know.
more diapers? What?
I got to change my outfit.
Mom, we no longer need the diapers.
Yes. So it
That's
went from me
amazing.
just like saying hi to Ryan and saying I'm excited to see you there, for him inviting me. And then this past year too, I saw him again in passing, and I told I was like, if he needs help again, I'm down to help. And he invited me again, and a better time slot. And again, I just being, like you said, being yourself and just being out there and just letting people know what's up.
Your energy is great.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Your energy is great, and you know what you're doing, and that will continue to elevate yourself.
Oh, thank you.
You're so authentic.
Mm-hmm.
Thank
and
you.
you carry your cultura contigo in everything that you do, and you really have ingrained yourself into the city life, and you have built a community, and you do a lot of philanthropic work.
Mhm.
You work with Food Bazaar, and you do fundraising for your church. So speak to us a little bit about that.
Yes. So I'm not going to lie. When I moved here, I wasn't too close to my faith. And everyone has their own faith journey, and I never want to push on everyone. So I just want to make that clear.
Oh, let me put this Bible back.
No, you need it. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I know. I need to read it. No, go ahead.
I'm kidding, bro. I'm kidding. But no, when I moved here, and New York City was all that I wanted. Like it was so amazing moving here in the position that I got here. But there were still some situations that I was dealing with that were robbing my joy. Like I just felt like I wasn't happy. Like I'm just like, dang, this person or this thing is just, it's my vibe is off. So I didn't know what to do. I was talking to my bosses. My boss couldn't help me. I was talking to my mom. My mom couldn't help me. So I was so lost. I literally just walked into church. I'm like, I guess I could just go, maybe God will help. And then at church, they said that, if you want to come and have some pastries and share faith sharing afterwards, coffee, please stay. I'm like, okay, like free coffee in New York, you never hear that. So I like want some free cookies, dang. So I walk in and it's just, a group of, older people from around the city, around Hell's Kitchen. And we just go around, we share our blessings and our prayers. And I go back the next week and I go back the next week. And it turns into like my family here. I don't have any family here.
Yeah.
So now it gives me a place that I feel loved, a place that they know my life, what's going on. They want better for me. They help me out. And it really became my family.
Yeah.
And they put on their harvest food soup kitchen. It's called the Harvest Soup Kitchen here on West 42nd at Holy Cross. And so every other Saturday we're up and we're making like really good soup and we're passing it out around the city. And we have some sandwiches we make for them too. So that really helps me. It makes me feel like I'm helping these people that, I mean, they're just walking around. They just need something to eat, or they look forward to it, or they maybe just need someone to say hi to, chat with them. So I like to do that, and I like to work with the kids. I work with Kravis Children's Hospital. They have a TV show broadcast bingo every day. So I'll go in and I'll be on the TV. Say, the kids are
That's
so
awesome.
sick. You can't even go to their rooms because they're so sick.
Yeah.
But they all have their screens there, and so we're just chatting. They're calling in or they're texting in, and so that's been such a blessing.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of ways to give back. I mean, the city's done so much for me. Like the people of New York have done so much for me, allowing me to be on the airwaves. I'm an outsider coming in, but I love and I appreciate New York City so much. And so the least we could do is, help it back with St. John's Bread and Life, with Food Bazaar. We raised $10,000 for them this past holiday season. So I do what I can. And Safe Horizon is for people in domestic abuse situations. They're an organization when we have people that come on or talk on the podcast or even on the radio about outreach. So they help a lot too.
Crystal, you are such a beautiful person. In and out. You really are. We laugh and we do little things, but I have followed you for a long time and we've been buddies for a while, and seeing the way you give back and how you dedicate your free time into the community, and you bring that back into the radio, and you're like, okay, how can I link my partners and really use my platform for these initiatives? How do you feel that has impacted your Latino community?
Oh my gosh. Well, we just saw the tragedy that happened with the Mexican Navy ship that came down, and that was so heartbreaking. I mean, there's only so much we could do, but they even held a vigil, and the New York City mariachi came out to help. Alvaro, he's a huge advocate for union mariachi workers around New York City. And so just like seeing when that happened, I mean, just even our voice on the airwaves, letting people know what's going on with the entire Latino community, not just the Mexicanos, but when one of us are suffering, we're all suffering. And the whole tri-state is impacted by that. So I think that when we can try to give back and show love to even the immigrant crisis that's happening, we hear so much negativity about that. And just sharing light and sharing positivity about, this person did this and that was so cool to see, or being a person on the street that can defend someone else. Our platform is so important. And I'm very thankful that I can even just be a voice on the mic or help with anything going on here and that.
That's so powerful. And not only do you do it on the mic, but you also open the doors to your studio, and you've been mentoring 20 of our students from Berkeley College, from our marketing and our communications programs. And they've come in, they've shadowed you on air, they've interacted with the fans on air and see how everything works. So is that something that you ever thought you would be doing, mentoring students and giving back that way?
I didn't think about it at first, especially when you're starting off, you're trying to learn.
Yeah.
But now that we're here, I mean, this is the big leagues. This is like the biggest place we could be for radio, number one, baby. Yeah. So I never forget it. So there's so much opportunity for us to help a lot of people that want to get in to do the amazing things that we do. And so whenever someone sees me at an event or reaches out on socials, I always hit them up with our producer, Alyssa, because that's how I started. I just was hanging around people on radio, or I was just trying to win stuff, or I was shadowing people that were on air because I thought it was so cool and so fun. And the way that we move is the way that they see how they should come up moving. Because we've all been through things where it's like, oh, I don't want to move like that. People above us, that was like, oh, that was hard. for us to deal with, or people next to us where it's like, oh, that vibe is off. Like, we don't ever want to be that.
Mhm.
So when we get to help other
Yeah.
people that want to be in our position and the youth, it's such a blessing. It's such an honor to be able to do that with that mindset.
Yeah, I remember when we launched this Mentors in Media initiative and we brought it, Crystal's like, yes, 100%.
Yeah, let's do
Crystal
it.
and Angie Martinez, they were like, yes, 100%, we need to do this. And it was just such a beautiful day.
Yeah.
Like, they came in and they were like, I can't believe I'm in iHeartRadio
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
And one of them walks in and they're like, oh, we're actually going to sit in the station. And she was so like taken aback. And Crystal goes, you've been quiet the whole time. Is there anything you want to ask? And she just took her under her wing and oh my gosh, she
That's
almost
awesome.
like passed out. But it was
Yeah.
it was so sweet, and they got to shadow not only Crystal that day, but sit with different different departments.
Yeah.
So we did a panel, and they were able to see different career paths in media, which was really cool.
Which you never know which direction they're trying to go into.
And because of that initiative that we launched
Mhm.
was the birthing of the concept of this podcast,
There's
of extending
There's
that.
so many people, and it goes back to you being starting as an intern, right?
Yeah.
When I was doing afternoon drive on Power, there would be interns that always came in, and I would always joke around with them and have fun. You know, I treat everybody the same. I
Yeah.
don't care if you're the top or the bottom. I treat everyone the same, right? And so many of them have gone ahead and become successful. It's just amazing what it goes. And it kind of leads into the next question, which is if you could go back, like you've seen your whole
Yeah.
journey from the bottom up, if you could go back and give your younger self advice, or anybody else who's starting right now from the bottom, what would that advice be?
I think it's important to learn that you don't have to take things too personal,
Mm-hmm.
that sometimes people's actions towards you, it's not a reflection of you or your work or them not liking you. It's just a reflection of what they have going on.
Yeah.
And so I feel like for a lot of years when I was working with tough personalities or in tough situations, I would take it so hard and I would be like, why doesn't this person like me? Like, why can't I get them to like me?
It might have just been threatened because they see the greatness.
Oh, you're
it happens.
sweet.
It happens.
Great.
You're sweet.
Greatness is
Greatness.
greatness.
I could see that too.
Yeah.
I could thank you for that. But you can't change people liking you or not. You can only change how you view the situation.
You can only control your actions and your reactions. You cannot control others. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Therapy, guys.
Yes.
It's funny.
It's
my
therapy.
My mother sent me. I got to show you this a magazine clip. This is when I lived in Orlando and I was doing radio out there, and I was on fire. This is like when I was at the
Whoa.
top out there, and I had to be like 22 at the time or something like that.
Dang, yeah.
And I was on the cover of a magazine, and it said, "Prostyle is the DJ who doesn't give a, you know what."
Oh.
And it's because in my interview, because of how popular I become, I also had the most hate, you know?
Yeah.
And my attitude was always that. Like, they would always ask me, how do you deal with this and this and this? And I'd be like, I just don't.
Oh, wow.
And it really was like,
Yeah.
I don't lose sleep. And I'm still like that. My
Yes.
family was like, I don't lose sleep over nothing. It's just is what it
Yeah.
is. That's just what it is. I don't care, you know?
Oh, that's interesting.
The social media side wasn't as big back then, so I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
have to
yeah.
have the skin for that.
Uh-huh.
But for the people who would talk and
It was
everything like that,
different,
it was
yeah.
like, but you kind of have to have that kind of attitude in this, because if you do too much, if you care too much about what people think or care or say, it'll drive you crazy. Because there's going to be people who, no matter what you do, you could be perfect, and they'll figure out a way to try to tear you down.
There's always going to be
Mhm.
something, and
Yeah.
you can't control how others interpret things either.
Yeah.
That's why texting.
I tell
let's
people all
dive-
the time.
It's always
I
like-
always say that.
I know. I always call you. I'm like, let's just jump on a
Yeah.
2-minute call, because you can't control subject to interpretation, right? How you're
Yes.
saying it. Oh, I followed tone. There was no tone. I just had 2 minutes to send you a
was a
message.
period.
You know? It was a period.
Why
I'll
did
send
you
an
write?
emoji
She
next
wrote this
time.
in capital.
Are you yelling
at me?
And it's so true. Like, that happens was one of my friends too. She's like reading it different. I'm like, sis, I'm not saying it like that. Like, that's not what I mean. Yeah, that happens.
I don't do that. Are you like, not to bring my wife up, but if she sends me like
See?
a whole
Oh, no.
big paragraph, I get
No.
I get her type of just saying like okay back or something like that.
No, we were at commencement.
up.
Talk to you and I go,
No.
cool.
We were at commencement, and Pro asked me something, and I didn't catch what he said. He's like, yes or no, and I was like,
See, that's
like,
the
what do
perfect
you
example
mean?
of you.
I was like, what do you mean? He
But-
goes, yes or no. What was it, like water or something?
Do you want water?
Yeah, do you want water? I'm like,
I
what was it? We're
standing at
backstage
the
like
bar,
prepping
holding
for an
bottles in my hand,
activation.
and they just look. I'm like, yes or no? Like, do you want? Like,
So that's
should
how
I
you
bring
joke.
water or
Yes.
should I not?
Or no.
Yeah,
Are we
one
doing
of the
this?
many jokes.
Or not. One of the
She's
many.
working with me now, so she got to be ready because
I know.
Yes.
I'm taking
I
nothing
know.
seriously.
I
right?
know.
Toes.
I know. What are we
10
doing?
toes in the ground and your heels
But,
too.
I know, right? But with everything that you've gone through, and it's just blessing over blessing. Some can say it's luck, being in the right place, right time. Some of that, but your grit and your grind and your dedication has gotten you to where you are. But what's next? What do you have on that vision board that you haven't gotten yet, if you want to share?
I mean, I'm in such a interesting transition now because I feel like I love my career and this is the coolest thing I get to do. And on the other side of the country is my family and my fiance and our stepson or my stepson. So I feel like I've done so much in my career and I want to keep going. Like, I'm not saying like I want it to stop. I'm definitely trying to focus more on TV and things like that. I get told that all the time. It's just so hard to break in. And same thing, there's
Are you
big
going to be in like
personalities.
a Teleuniverso novela?
I know, right?
Next,
Imagine.
you know, with like William Levy or something?
I don't know about acting. I don't know about acting, but you know, like entertainment stuff is so fun on TV. So I've dabbled in that a little bit, and I'm trying to get into that more too. So I still have you know, a few years left here in New York City before I pack it up and have my family back home. But yeah, I'm excited to be a wife this year. We're tying the knot, so I feel like thank you.
Baby's on the way.
I know, trying to be like you, bro. Trying to be like you, dude. Yeah, I've already done so much in my career, and I feel like I've put my personal life aside for a second. So now I'm excited to dive into that side and be there. So
the good thing about iHeart is you do have studios everywhere, right?
I know, right? We're so
if
blessed.
it comes down to it, you know, you just might have to do your show from there.
You do it from home, you know. We can all be like pros.
We're gonna
sometimes.
start. What'd you say? I show up to work, by the way.
That's what I'm saying. He does. He does.
I'm here. I got the kids outside, literally. Right
Literally
outside.
They could have come inside.
No, forget it. This wouldn't even happen if they're here.
Oh my gosh.
I'd be stopping every 2 seconds, but.
So, all right. So Crystal does a live show, guys. So we're gonna wrap it up, but we wrap it up with this. And at Berkeley College, we ask our students to describe what Berkeley means to them in one word. So in one word, what do you want your legacy to mean?
Lit.
Yeah, big lit.
Yeah.
The rage.
No, you don't gotta go with lit.
The rage, authenticity. No, I want people to feel good. There is so much negativity. I feel like a lot of what we scroll and doom scroll, it just doesn't make us feel 100%. And there could be so many topics that we could talk about, but I want like your heart to feel better. I want your day, whatever it is. People, they're driving from jobs they don't like, or they're driving from toxic home situations. You don't know what people have going on.
Yeah.
And so I want whatever time that I have with someone just to make them feel happy and special and know that there is so much love that they can get and give no matter what. So I hope that they feel love.
So love is the word. Love. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
That's great. But I'm the same way. We've talked
You
about
are.
it. Yeah, remember in episode 1 when we talked, I don't even talk about negative stuff on air or nothing. I'm the type of person who wants to make sure that you're leaving with more energy and feeling good when you listen to me. Like, that's the same way. There's people, you know, I don't do the clickbait stuff. I don't get into negative conversation because more people may let nothing. I don't do none of that. Knicks lose, I'm not talking about it.
Wow. Tell us how you really feel.
But you're like that too, Pam.
Okay,
like,
I know.
Anytime
You know, the thing is, we go through so many trials and tribulations and adversities, and as human beings, sometimes we tend to focus on the negative instead of looking at the silver lining. And there always is one, and they are there to make you stronger, right? And to persevere through that. And it's really about your community and who you have around you that lifts you up and gets you to the next place, which is what we were talking about. And I am so thrilled to have this community and for us to be together here in the studio all at once.
Surrounded by love and energy over
Yes. So, Crystal, your voice, your truth, your passion, your drive is really uplifting, and it's a beam of light. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Definitely.
At Teach Me Something, an iHeart podcast presented by Berkeley College with Penny Dellas and
Prostyle.
Oh, and follow Crystal at Crystal.
At La Crystal Rosas on everything.
Rosas on everything.
Yep, I'm live on Z100 Monday through Friday, 2 to 6. And you can check out my podcast, Crystal's Nightcap, wherever you listen to podcasts.
How amazing was she?
She's beautiful.
She is.
It's
inside and out.
Bellissima. Honestly, her beautiful spirit, beautiful person, beautiful soul.
Yes.
She's just
so
authentic.
I love in the industries that we're in, and especially today, there's a lot of people who get put on, right? From the people who already are at the top, or, you know, they just bring their people in. So I love when I hear stories that really come from the bottom up, and she's gone through every step of this industry.
She paid her
to get
dues
to where, exactly.
twice over. She really did. I just love her drive.
And that's why she's going to continue to go, because she's been there. She understands every avenue and every step of it.
I love how she said, I didn't care what it was. I just kept flying to New York, figuring out what I was going to do to see how I was going to do that. That right there is the grit. That's what you need. And many dream of things, but maybe don't know how to start it. Yeah. Right? Or you dream about it, but you say, I don't want to do the grunt work. And you really have to start at the bottom. Yeah. And you never know who is going to be that person that you're going to make a good first impression, have your 30-second elevator pitch. You know, be ready to
one thing I like is she said too, and you do it and I do it and she does it, is you look at people in their eyes when they speak to you. And she brought that up. That was one of her mentors told her that. And you'd be surprised how many times I do interviews with artists and they're like looking down or looking to the side. And that energy really changes quick, you know, like the whole interview. Because, you know, or when you're talking to somebody in general. Pinned. Yeah. When you're talking to somebody, I always learned, I've always been taught to talk to, when you speak to somebody, speak to them and, you know, look at them. But except for you, I'm just going to look over here. So anyway. No.
Okay.
Just playing. No, she's awesome though. It was great. And I hope everybody listening out there really gets something from it.
No, I loved it. She had a lot of gems, and, you know, from just the whole episode was a mini mentorship class. She really spoke unfiltered, authentically about her journey and what it took for her to get where she was. And I know we talked about it. Some people say luck, some people say right time, right place, but she really put in the work to get where she is and to value where she is as much as she does, and to recognize what it means to have that platform and to give back through philanthropy and donate her time, the little time that she does have, because she's everywhere.
Yeah, she's busy.
She's everywhere. And she's such a beautiful person.
Beautiful. I love it.
And I love her word.
Oh, yeah. Love.
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 It really describes her. She just wants people to feel love,
Definitely.
feel loved, and know that there's love out there in the world. And that's beautiful.
Absolutely. Spread love.
That's beautiful. What's your word for today?
My word for today?
Yeah.
Love.
I love love.
I'm just going to stick with it.
I love love. And I'm going to echo back Sean Paul's greatness.
My word, though, it would be energy. For sure. Energy. I feel the energy you put out is the energy you get back, right? So for me, it's definitely energy, and you know, or I could say positivity or something like that. But I like energy.
Yeah.
You know, as long as the energy is a positive energy.
I like that.
Yep. How about you?
You're waiting for my word, right? He's
What's your word?
Open-mindedness.
That's more than one word, though.
No, it's not. It's hyphenated.
Open-minded.
It's hyphenated. It's hyphenated. I win. No, it is. It's just being open.
Yeah.
Being open to whatever the world's giving you, and just being open to see different perspectives of the situation.
Definitely.
You know, being open is why we're sitting here today with
Absolutely.
each other. So you got to be open to love and greatness.
Yes. Drops mic. All right. Well, what's next?
What's next? We have quite a lineup. So you're just going to have to tune in next Monday and see who it is.
That's right. Let's go.
That's right. Tune in next Monday to Teach Me Something, an iHeart podcast presented by Berkeley College. Follow us at Berkeley College, at DJ Prostyle, at Penny Dellas. See you next Monday.
See you then.
Hey, thanks for listening. Tune in next week
for an all new episode of Teach Me Something,
brought to you by Berkeley College.